Wow. Oh my gosh. Christmas Eve, and we are in San Diego. I know most of the country is below zero. I just took off my sweater and we're going to practice yoga. Nice heart opening sequence. So, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. This is exactly what we need on a beautiful San Diego day. Tomorrow's Christmas. It is 2022. So, welcome. Going to explore heart opening and expanding into love, self-care, and being present for our families later on. So, all right, let's just start standing. Look down at your toes, spread out your toes, settle into the 4 points of the foot, ball of the foot, pinky toe, 2 points at the heel. Natural curves in your back. You have a natural curve in the low back. You have a natural curve in your neck. And just allow the arms to reach towards the earth. If you feel like you want your feet a little farther apart, like I do, go ahead and bring them hip width apart. And take 5 breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth for the first 2, and then the next 3, in through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, nose. Let it out through the mouth. Inhale, nose. Out through the mouth. Inhale, nose. Out through the nose. Two more like that. Inhale, nose. Last one. Nice. Your eyes are closed. Gently open the eyes. Inhale, scoop up the arms. Exhale, dive forward. Half sun salutes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull back in. Inhale, back to stand. Reaching high. Exhale, hands at your heart. Nice. Let's do that again. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway out. Exhale, pull back in. Inhale, all the way up. Little bounces. Help. Exhale, hands at your heart. And then 2 more at your own pace. You don't have to follow my breath. Follow your own lead. 2 more cycles. Last round. It's great. Now that I'm not talking, you can hear my breath, and I take my time. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching the arms high, right hand, left wrist, up and over to the right side. Inhale, come back to center, switch sides. Left hand, right wrist, up with the inhale. Exhale to side bend. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, take the hands to the low back. Give the hands either fingertips up or down, depending on the shoulder flexibility. And then press the hips forward. Heart high. Oh yeah. You can do a couple pulses, really exploring into the hip sockets, maybe even into that chair, and then into the arc. Make it your practice. Trust in your body. Taking full responsibility for your own health. Oh yeah. And then hold that back bend. Heart lifting, elbows pulling towards each other. Stabilize the feet. If possible, release the hands and push the fists down. Great. Hips come back. Take another breath. Prep. And exhale forward. Fold with the arms up and over. Great. Pound out the back. Give your back a little pound. Side of the legs. Side of the calves. And again. Last bit. This feels so good to me, I can't stop. Love my back. Good. Release the hands to the ground. Feet are wide, about hip width apart. Drop the hips low. Use your breath. Exhale to straighten. Inhale to drop. And if it feels like the knees just need to pulse, you just pulse. Maybe the feet come a little wider and you're pulsing. Just a high to halfway. Or you're coming all the way down to meet the heels. So it's up to you. Just trust in your body. Find that forward fold. Feet about hip width apart. Check in with the hip creases and the head. Let the head hang and relax. Let it be loose. Hip creases high. Arms loose. And reach over to one side. Come back to center. And the other side. Great. Come back to center. And we'll move through flow. So walk the hands a little higher up onto the shins. Find the heart reaching forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Plant the hands. Step back to high plank. Oh yeah. High plank. Pause there. You can move. Toes, heels, forward and back. You can also go side to side. I love it when I start clearing my lymphatic system. It's exactly why we're practicing movement. To clear out the body. Side to side with the heels. Know that you can always rest. Bring your knees down. Go into child's pose. Take a break when you need to. Drop the knees for your push-up. Just pulse a little bit with the high to low. Again, it can go just halfway or a quarter of the way up and down. And then all the way down to the belly. So good. Let your head rest on your hands and rock the feet side to side. Great. I know we're just warming up. See what happens if you reach back for your feet. So if it doesn't reach and you're like, where are my feet? Just try one side. One side might be easier. Or if you're able, you can grab both ankles and just give that a soft lift. Doesn't have to be big, just a little rocking, a little movement. Again, we're focusing on our heart just a bit more today than usual. Gently release, hands underneath the shoulders. Pull yourself through either into full up dog or even low cobra or sphinx. What feels good to you? Just something to lift up the heart. You can alternate looking over one shoulder, coming back to center, looking over the other shoulder, back to center, and through tabletop, come into down dog. Take your time, bent knees, movement, flow side to side. Couple deep sighs, shake out the head. And then make your way into that down dog. Ribs in, head drops. You can alternate the heels, right heel, left heel. Beautiful. Drop the knees, come into child's pose. Hips pull back. I'm supporting my head just for a few breaths, and then I'll reach my hands forward. Soften into the back. Feel your body releasing into the mat. Extend the hands forward. Walk the hands over to one side. Come back to center. And the other side. Beautiful. Come back to center. Opening the shoulders, tap the elbows forward, palms up above you. You can drop the head down. the forearms back to the mat and into dolphin. So measure your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Float the forearms back to parallel to each other. Extend, extend underneath the wrists, fingertips high, and then spread out the hands. Bring your shoulders over the elbows and come into floating the knees. Great. Push into the elbows, navel in, and then straighten the legs. You're in dolphin. Hips high. Ribs in. So interesting here. You can feel the tight dominant arm. My right arm is my dominant arm, and it's a bit tighter than the left. See if you can even that out. Even out that pressure as you pull back into the shoulders. And even try walking the toes in towards your elbows. And then come in to forearm plank. Oh yeah, nice. Hovering right over your mat, just like a board. Excellent. Walk your toes back a little bit. Drop the hips low. And now we're in Sphinx. Zip up the legs. Heart forward. Level out the chin. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Press into the palms and hover the elbows. And then drop. If this is pinching anything in the low back, definitely come out. Again, take full care of your body. Modifying might be to move your elbows forward a bit if it feels too high. You're lowering the movement by moving your hands forward. That might be an option as well. Oh yeah. Last one. And then rest. Bend the elbows off to the sides. Rest your head on your hands. Tick-tock the feet side to side. Let's see if that up dog feels a little bit better. So I'm just moving I'm like sort of wiggling through so that my chest is forward and I'm coming into full up dog. Yeah, nice, Julie. Saw that. Wow. And then into down dog. Right hand grabbing towards that left ankle and just feel the softness in the right knee as you peek underneath that left elbow. Good. Options here, always. You can drop that left knee to the ground so that you have more stability. Oh, I'm sorry, dropping the right knee to the ground so you'll have more stability when you hover front arm up to the right and left foot off to the back. Again, building up some heat through our core. Reach back for the foot above you if possible. Excellent. Release slowly. Right hand comes down. Left foot comes down. Give yourself a moment to recover. Set your hips back. Wide knee, child's pose. Walk the hands forward. Wow, so good. Let's do the other side. Actually, before we do the other side, take a moment to flow through cat-cow. So rounding into the back, and then dropping the navel. Your own speed. Lingering where you want to linger. Just focusing on that movement and breath. What's great about doing yoga at your own house is you could do the poses that you want and not feel like anybody's watching you. So if you're resting in child's pose, awesome. If you just decided to do your cat-cow, awesome. If you want to skip the next posture, you skip the next posture. So good. Don't have to do everything. All right, we're ready for the other side. Tuck the toes under, come back into down dog. Left hand reaches for right ankle. Peek underneath that arm and twist. Wow, that gave me a couple adjustments. Left hand reaches to the left. Right foot off to the back. Keep lifting through the chest. Steady breath. Release that left hand to that right foot. Harder side for sure. It's okay. Don't worry about what it looks like. Each side has a different shape. Let your mind stop thinking. Wow. Release that left hand. Step forward this time. Right foot. Step forward, left foot. Find your forward fold. Rock the head. And roll yourself up. Wow. Just needing a little bit of change of levels for the head. Give yourself a bounce. Maybe even a walkabout. If you have a sip of water, go ahead and take a sip of water. Shake out the arms. Jackson, you want to do some yoga? All right, coming back to the mat. Right arm underneath the left for eagle arms. Wrap it up. Great. Give yourself a chair. Sitting into chair. Ribs in, weight back. Sometimes it's nice to just find where your center of gravity is, so rocking the hips forward and back. Sit a little lower and take the left leg over the right. Wrap that up. If the foot does not hook, just leave it floating off to the side. Good little bit of crunches, eagle crunches. Inhale. Exhale, bring elbows down. In your own rhythm, come back up and pulse. Lingering if it feels nice with that balance. Wow, right leg is on fire. Feels good though. Last one. You're probably going, when is she going to come out? Ah, yeah, shake out that right leg. Whew. There's no rules. Just find that movement that works for you. Another back bend. Support your back with your hands. Push your hips forward. Feel the sit bones moving underneath you. Your chest lifting. Pulsing even. Up to you. You can free your hands again. Push down. Nice. Counter stretch. Hips back. Find the shoulders opening again. Beautiful. Release the hands. Bring the feet a little closer. We'll sit back into chair. Keeping that breath. And circle out the knees. So you're in chair. Hands on the knees. Circling the knees to the right and to the left. Switch directions. Oh yeah. You can slow it down. Sensing the sides of the body. Letting out that excess heat through your mouth. Great. Sit back into chair. Find the hip creases pulling back. Right. Secure into the feet. We can do that pulsing again. Knees, feet, ankles. Excellent. Find your chair. And now it's left arm under right for eagle arms. And right leg over left. Eagle crunches. It's all an experiment. I never know what I'm going to do. This is just me doing my practice. You're along for the ride. Smiling on the inside. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Again, your own timing. Tune into what your inner core wants to do. I feel like I need to linger a little on the low end. Keep squeezing the limbs together. Firing up the legs. You can feel them lighting up, heating up. Wow, last one. You're still with me. It's okay if you're not. Love it. I'm going to fall over. Whoa. All right, take it out, shake it out. Took it to the edge. Bounce it out. Circle it out. You can even do your arms. Whatever you need. Just find those spots that you haven't touched before. Good. Yeah, making Julie move today. She's like, what is Tah doing? All right, back to the front of the mat. And we'll keep it simple. Just step back, left foot for a warrior one. I widened my stance. My right foot's over to the right side of the mat, left toe at that 45-degree angle, the foot, and then the left toe towards the edge of the mat. Touch your belly. Feel all this space inside this right hip crease as you move that right hip crease back, left hip crease forward. Activate the left glute. I'm widening my stance. I feel like I need a little wider stance. Lower belly's lifting. Fire up the front foot, knee, quad. Awesome. Shoulders onto the back and into that heart lift. Oh yeah. Wow. Line the feet first, then the hips and the glutes, into the low belly, into the heart. You can reach the arms high, looking up, and release the chin down, interlace the fingers behind you, push the fists down, again, exaggerating the chest and shoulders. Nice. Lean forward, chin comes forward. Change that back heel. Tap the left foot up and come into warrior three. Up to you. You can try leaning the chest down and the left leg high. Release the hands to the ground. This is a great place for blocks. Use your blocks, Julie. Left leg high, standing split. A little bit of advanced postures here. Nice. Bring the left knee behind the right. We'll sit into a twist. If that bottom leg needs to go straight, that means that left leg needs to go straight. Do that. In fact, I'm going to do that. Keep my bottom leg straight, left arm high, turn it into that right side. Again, beautiful expression through the chest. Focusing on the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Excellent. Look forward. Unwind slowly. Just lifting tall. Bring your torso over to the left side. Reach through the right arm. Awesome. Unwind the twist. Unwind the legs. Scoot yourself to the front of the mat. Come into Navasana. Different ways of doing boat pose. You can support yourself with your hands behind you. Absolutely fine to gradually build core strength. You can leave the hands and bring them forward with bent knees. And then the next would be to straighten and to gaze right towards those big toes. Beautiful. Crisscross the legs. Lean your torso forward. This might be enough. Just that sweet stretch out through the low back, hugging the knees to the chest. Or you can plant your hands by your sides and try lifting your hips and then lifting your toes. Good. Leaning yourself forward. Shoot one leg back, the other leg back. Coming either into down dog, or we haven't really been playing with that chaturanga, you can do your chaturanga, high to low push-up. Your own timing. You can even do a couple presses up and down. Again, these are just suggestions for you and me. Up dog. Little movement side to side. Always with breath. And into down dog. Bring the toes together, take the right leg high, let the heel drop back, open into that right hip, kick to the side. Ribs in, head drops, or it can even lift when you kick. Just make that shape unique to you. And it takes time to build up wrist and shoulder strength. So if you're finding you're fatigued in the wrists and the shoulders, please take a break. Switch sides. Left leg comes high. Give that a little kick to the side. All right, ready for the left leg? Warrior one. Take a breath, step up to the left side of the mat, right foot over to the right side of the mat. You can use your left hand for support as you come up into warrior one. Notice how your eyes, just listening to my voice and letting your gaze be right off your nose. Cactus arms, heart lifting, warrior one. Awesome. Chin drops. Interlace your hands behind you. Push the fist down. Heart lifts. It's so good. I'm in silence, with the nature sounds, but just a suggestion, if you ever want, you have your favorite playlist, you need your music, put your music on when you're practicing. It's a beautiful thing. Lean forward, come into warrior three. Chest drops. Or use your blocks and reach your hands to the floor. Hands to the ground if they're not there already. Right leg high. Standing split. Left hand around the calf if that's accessible to you. Right leg goes a little higher. Beautiful. Right knee comes down. Come into that twist. Left leg over the right. Wow. If you straighten the bottom leg on the other side, make sure you do the same. Sort of balance those sides out. Sit bones are connected. Right arm high. Inhale. Twisting to the left. Nose breath. Inhale. Exhale to turn. Couple more at your own pace. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, unwind. Forehead comes over to the right. Left arm reaches over to that right side. Gently come back. Move to the front of the mat for Navasana. Hover the toes. Straighten out the legs. Or wherever you are. Remember those places supporting the back. Keeping the knees bent with the arms free. And then leading through straight legs. Hearts lifting. Smiling. Oh my gosh. Yes. All right. Crisscross the ankle opposite to the one that you did before, which feels quite odd. Non-habitual way. Always does. Ooh. You can support your hands next to your hips and lift. You can also use blocks to help get the heels and the hips high. That's about it for me. Oh gosh. Gently unwind or release and rock and roll. Right at the front of the mat, make sure you have all that padding behind you. Inhale, and yes, we're just rolling. Oh wow, it feels awesome. So good. And, sort of winding down, let's take some reverse flexion with reverse tabletop. So feet at the front of the mat, hands behind you, fingertips towards your hips. Inhale. Exhale. Open up the chest and lift your hips high. Oh, wow. That's opening some pathways. I can really feel that into my sinuses. That's it. Inhale, look up. Exhale, options here. Leaning into the heels and pulling the hips through the wrists. Come back to reverse table and lift. Couple more. Up and back. Last one. Nice. And then just walk the hips forward. And walk the hips back. One more time. Back, and then we'll end at the front. Keep the torso high. I feel like I'm so far away from you guys. Lift, lift, lift. Lock in those hips. Great. Once you're there, tap the sit bones back. Hands by your sides. Drop the chin. So it's not the shoulders up to the ears. It's letting the shoulders roll down, pulling down from the scapula through the back, mid-back. Hands by your sides. Activate the inner lines of your legs. Staff pose. So good. Nice. Release, arms lifting high. Exhale, forward fold. We'll practice a sequence with reverse plank. So inhale, extend heart forward. Exhale, hands behind you. You can go back into that reverse table as well, or you can try straight legs, lifting the hips. Oh my gosh, which is so much harder. But maybe the first one only comes up a little bit. That's okay. You don't want to force. Just find a sweet spot where your hips come up. Good. Let the hips drop. Reach high for forward fold. Exhale, come over. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway out. Heart's lifting. Exhale, hands behind you. Inhale, hips come high. Exhale, hips drop. Inhale, arms up high, reaching tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway out. It's a breath exercise. Exhale, hands behind you. Inhale, come to reverse plank. Exhale to drop. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, forward fold. Just stay here for 5 breaths. Wow, really good. Inhale, release, coming up. Let us come into cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet together. Bring the heels a little closer. Again, and it might just be this, lean back and let your inner groin explore a little bit right to left. If you feel like you want a little bit more, you can try leaning forward, scooting the hips into that tilted pelvic bowl. That means your sit bones are rocking, tapping back, and then maybe you're reaching forward. Good. Gently come up, grab the toes, and move into a balance right on your sit bone. See if you can hold your toes. Suction in the navel. You can try with one leg, letting that open. Good. Pull it back in. You're just balancing. Doesn't need to do a lot. It's just natural pivot of your spinal column. And wherever your foot goes, that's where it stays. Good. Option to try to straighten both. So any variation, make it yours. Wow. Beautiful. Come back in. And we're transitioning into pigeon. So right knee, let's start on the right side. Let that right heel come towards you. Right knee's forward. Left leg shoots back. How nice is that? Yeah, dessert pose. Take your time finding your shape. Those transition movements. There might be some gifts in these places. You can also support yourself. If your right hip needs a lift, put a blanket or a block underneath that right hip, and then lean forward. We'll stay for about 8 breaths. Good. All right, gently. This is great. Gives us a moment to go into down dog. So frame your front foot. Tuck that left toe under. Push. Oh yeah. Take that right leg and shoot it into one-legged down dog. Circle out that right hip. It's great for the shoulders as well. Stretching out the shoulders. Option to flip it over. Wild thing. Right arm high, hips low. Excellent. Come back to down dog. It's up to you. You can always do your chaturanga whenever you like. I'm setting myself back into child's pose. Excellent. Coming into a little bit of cat-cow, and then we'll do the other leg for pigeon pose. Rounding the back. Always breathing in through the nose, and it's powerful out through the nose. You ready for the left side, pigeon pose. Slide the left knee forward. Find your shape. So if you played a little bit on the other side, go ahead and just explore. You're looking back, looking at that back toe, back hip, until you find your shape. Hold for 8 breaths. Frame that front knee, gently come out, tuck the right toe under, inhale, exhale to one-legged down dog. Leg comes side. Shake out that left hip. Find that wild thing if you did on the other side. Gentle. This is an advanced posture, so be careful with that right shoulder. side is a little different. Wow. Woo. Gently come out. Lovely. And find your way to your sit bones. This is a nice trick. You're just peeking in between your thumbs. Bend your knees. Give yourself a little hop. Crisscross your ankles and sit. There you go. Woo. And just roll down. We're closing up. A little bit of bridge pose and a twist, and we'll be ending class. Rolling yourself down. Circle out the knees. In fact, I'm going to move a little closer. I feel like I'm too far away. Circle out the knees. There we go. Make sure you go both directions. And then when you're ready, into bridge pose. Heels come close to your hips. If you have a ponytail, definitely take that out from behind your head. And roll up. Lower belly, middle, upper chest. Hands underneath you. A little bit of space with your chin off your chest. Wow. Gently come down, upper back, middle back, low back. Nice. Chin to the chest. Reach for the knees. Little pulses. Gently roll down. And one more time. Rolling up. Lower back. Middle. Upper. Rock your shoulders underneath and lift your hips a little higher. Maybe you could interlace your fingers underneath your back. Walk the left foot to center, right foot goes straight up. Just options. And switch. Wow. Gently come out. Release your hands. Roll yourself down. Whew. Chin to the... You can even interlace the hands behind the head. Bring the chin to the chest. Rocking side to side. Roll the head back down. Oh yeah, arms off to the sides. Take the knees to the right. Dropping. Inhale back to center. Knees to the left. Just your own breath speed back and forth. Any last posture that you need? Suggestions are Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees apart. Happy baby, feet up, knees apart. Plow, going over for plow and shoulder stand, great options. or a supine twist. Oh my gosh, that's what I want. One knee up, bringing it over to the opposite side. Make sure you do both sides. And into the most important pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. Take a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Always a nice place to absorb all the work that you just did. So we'll take about 3 minutes. You feel ready? You can deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring one knee up. Oh yeah. Bring the other knee up. Saying yes to life. Yes to the day. Rolling to one side. Fully supported, using your hands. Coming up. Nice. Wow. One last breath together. Inhale through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Hands together at your heart. Namaste. Wow. I celebrate you. Thanks for making it to the end of class. Merry Christmas 2022. Have a great holiday, everybody. Namaste.